So I love this idea of pre-framing. I think that this is one of the things that people should really kind of, business owners, marketers, advertisers should really sit down and ponder, you know, a lot, because there is great increases in conversion rates that come from, you know, properly like pre-framing things. We did a lot of testing around financial qualifiers on Facebook. Got massive conversion rate increases from just doing, you know, using financial qualifiers in our ads. We found that, you know, when we tell people that, you know, this is going to take some sort of an investment, they're much more likely to buy, and they're more likely, in the business models that we were using, they were much more likely to convert, number one, and spend more money in the funnel, number two. And there's a great guy that I see doing this now. He's a guy that's like has this course that like how to buy luxury watches, and his Facebook ads are, you know, if you have $5,000 and a post office nearby, you know, I'll show you like how to, you know, invest in luxury watches and yada yada yada. And I know I've done a lot of like advertising like that. And again, that kind of pre-frames, it calls out who it is that you're looking for, introduces the cost of the opportunity. And, you know, obviously you get a higher cost per lead there, but you get much higher conversion rates doing that kind of stuff. And I had a supplement client who was selling a supplement and was doing it by using a lead magnet up front. That was his business model. He wanted the lead, but he was using lead magnets that were not really great. And the advice that I gave him was to like turn the lead magnet into something that assumes the sale, you know? So the whole idea was like the top three, I forget what the headline is now, but it was like the top three most effective you know, weight loss supplements in whatever year. And as a result, instead of like, you know, the 10 best recipes, you know, for weight loss, when he changed it to health supplements, that created a far more targeted buyer for what he was ultimately selling there after the opt-in, generated a higher conversion rate. It generated a bigger cost per lead, but it generated a higher conversion rate, and it also generated a higher average order value in his funnel overall. So thinking about like who to target, how to best qualify them, how to best kind of pre-frame the action that you're looking for, there's gold in those hills for sure.
The other advantage of that too, with the pre-qualification, like you said, the guy that said, if you've got $5,000 and whatever, is it comes back to that optimization that I was talking about before. So yeah, you may not be able to optimize based on sale because of volume. Maybe you can only optimize on lead. But if you're qualifying that lead from the start and saying you've got to have $5,000 before they become a lead, Facebook, so anyone without the $5,000 isn't even becoming a lead. Now Facebook's going to just start sending your ads to the people that have $5,000 because they're the ones that are registering. So that you're feeding that data back to Facebook. So you get that as well. All that being said, there's absolute value in that sort of pre-qualification. But that's not what this was. That's not what I was talking about. So what I was talking about isn't a pre-qualification. It's more just getting them in that mindset, that pre-frame of getting them to sell themselves, I guess, as opposed to – and funny enough, we did try a pre-qualification type thing, but it was very weak. It had nothing to do with money. It's like, have you got an hour a week or whatever, an hour a day, and it didn't work for us. But maybe it was just too weak. Maybe we need to exclude more people, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a big topic, and it's you know, it's high level stuff to think along those lines. But definitely, there's
it's just a case of test everything. You know, like even this one works so well on the landing page. We're like, wow, that made such a difference. Let's stick it on the cart page. It hurt conversions.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes you can just never tell. I hate having losing split tests. I always love to beat my control.
But what about cart abandons? Do you guys do anything with cart abandons?
So we don't do anything at all, and I'll tell you why. We, like I said, we're already segmenting out. So for our webinar, people land in one of three buckets, and they get a different message for each one. So they get a no-show. You're a no-show. We're going to try and push it back into the webinar. You're a partial view. You already watched some of it. We're going to send you the replay. And you got a full attendee. So you've watched a full attendee doesn't mean you made it all the way to the end of the webinar. It just means you made it to the price drop. So you know there's something for sale. You know how much it is. We typically, this is ballpark figures, but we'll have about an hour up until price drop. And then I insist my speakers speak for at least another hour after that. You need to be pitching. As long as they make it to that price drop, which might be halfway through the whole webinar, that we call that a full attendee. So those full attendees will get a follow-up sequence, and a nice long follow-up sequence. Actually, remind me to tell you about the price points. But they'll get a nice long follow-up sequence to try and close the deal with attacking all different like emotional points and all that sort of stuff. Good copy to try and close the sale. And even different payment plans. Yep. And so the way I look at it is, okay, I could get an actual cart abandoned and someone that, maybe started and left or whatever. What would I do differently to that person that I'm not already doing to the person that made it to the end of my pitch? So basically, I guess you could say we have a cart abandon, except we're sending everyone that made it to the end of the pitch the cart abandon sequence, not just people that abandoned cart.
Whether they visit the cart or not, anybody that gets to the end of the pitch is to you as qualified as someone that visits the cart.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this clip and you'd like to benefit from more monetization secrets, go and register now for Monetization Daily. You can go to monetizationresearch.com to get it. It is a free newsletter that is absolutely awesome. It is delivered to your email inbox, and it contains lots of great monetization tips, tactics, and strategies that you will love. Again, head on over to monetizationresearch.com to get it now.